Atelier Ryza is nearly here, and with it comes a new wave of interest to the Atelier franchise that it hasn't seen yet, at least not in the West. I can't imagine why. So with this new game on the horizon, I decided to check out Atelier Rorona on the Switch to see if I enjoyed the game, what the appeal was, you know, if Ryza was something I wanted to spend, what is it now, like 50 quid games are, it's pretty disgusting, if I wanted to spend that much on it. So in this video, I want to go over what I think the game's appeal is, and hopefully you'll be able to see how that kind of relates to you, and if Atelier is something that you want to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bamboo Unscripted, Atelier's Appeal, because I can't think of a better bloody title. In Atelier Rorona, rather predictably, you run an atelier, which is kind of like a French word or something for a place that makes stuff. It's kind of what you're doing in the game. And you play as this cute little girl here, Rorona, obviously, as the title implies. Why is she dressed like that? Hang on. Nothing to see there. So yeah, basically this game has you running an atelier, and the story is quite simple and charming. Basically you're just trying to keep the atelier open, because the kingdom wants to close it for nefarious reasons that weren't actually explained in my first playthrough, because I didn't get the appropriate ending. So basically this game is kind of like a weird fantasy about... It's like a self-sufficiency independence fantasy, because you aren't really relying on buying new equipment like most JRPGs. Instead, you're crafting stuff here. So you can see here you can make... Let's go with a tink, right? If I wanted to build, say, 5 of them, and I have the appropriate stuff here, and you can see on the right, this is going somewhere, there's traits. So each individual item has traits. Well, some of them don't, like the crap ones, the bad quality ones don't. And part of the appeal of the game is kind of combining those traits via the synthesis into making some incredible items. Like if I did attack 3, defense 3, and the other ones are kind of nothing. Nothing for the ingot anyway, they won't help the ingot. And then with the eggs, there's defense 3 there again. So that one has MP cost minus 10%. So basically, if I was to make these into an ingot, and then use that ingot to make either armor or weapons, I could have all those traits on that armor or weapon. So it's this really cool, kind of unique, well not unique, because other games do it, but the unique part of Atelier is that it revolves around that. It doesn't revolve around, you know, a fight to save the planet from, I don't know, monsters or whatever. It's just this simple kind of game of making cool stuff and hopefully saving your atelier, which has, you know, a huge amount of charm to it, I think. Let's make this, and then I'll go show... Oh, it's bad. Fuck me, it's bad. And then I'll take those tinks to Beefy Weapon Shop and talk to this guy, and you can see how the synthesis works in regards to what I was just talking about, weapons, stuff like that. So if I did what requires tinks... Oh, do I still... No, I don't. I thought I still had all the cool ones from my previous playthrough. Let's go... I could do an alchemy staff. Yeah, let's just use the ones I just made. So you can see all the traits are there, so if I just use 2 of them... Okay, this one, yes. And then yeah, look, I've just made a weapon with some really cool stats that's going to be, you know, hugely helpful. Where would be if I didn't already have a better one? But that's kind of the appeal for me in this game anyway. Which is weird because I didn't get to that stuff super early in the game. I, for some reason, left it till way later because I'm an idiot. You can see... So my staff at the minute... I did have another cool one. This one has convert to MP cost cut, so it's going to cut the cost of skills, obviously. And skill charge, see what they actually do. So you can read there. I won't go over it because it doesn't matter. And yeah, the ability to kind of customize your character, well, your character through customizing each individual piece of equipment. For me, that's something I really like in JRPGs, so that is a huge part of the appeal for me. And I think the main part of Atelier's appeal is this stuff. Like the stuff where you just go and talk to someone and it's just ridiculously charming. The script or the writing on it, I don't know how to explain it. It's just full of like this sweet, innocent charm where Rorona, you know, she's got a bit of a dunce cap. I don't know what that was, I'm not reading. She's got a bit of a dunce cap, she's not super smart. And seeing her kind of interact with these characters who occasionally like poke fun at her or, you know, become her friend and that stuff like that. It's super simple, but really cute and endearing and kind of engaging in a way that a 31-year-old man should not admit to being engaged. But then again, I do love the old slice of life anime stuff. And it kind of adds to the what's the word? Like the calmness of this game. Because, you know, the apocalypse isn't coming. No one's going to die, probably. Instead, your job is to complete, let's have a look, complete these assignments. So you get one every roughly 3 months. Sometimes it goes over a little bit. There's some I've completed. And then you get to do I'll just skip through this really quick. Hang on. So yeah, here's the main assignment for this period of 3 months. Catering for a royal festival. Turn in items in the food category, evaluation depends on quality. And that's your goal. That's your main goal. No big dragon to kill, nothing. So the whole thing has this I think it's kind of like why people like Animal Crossing. People like Animal Crossing because it's just chill. It's a chill time, there's no conflict, no nothing. This game is pretty similar. Like the conflict is keeping your shop open. That's it. So I think it appeals to the same thing, the same like what's the word? Like Animal Crossing. The thing with Animal Crossing is it's a taste of a simpler life for people with a busy life, right? And I think this does the same thing, where it's a taste of a calmer life, and not necessarily simpler, because you know the synthesis can get quite tricky. And you still do have to go fight. I'll show you, actually. I'll just go fight. Let's go in mines. Oh, I don't care. That one's pretty short. And this is related to why it's like simpler, which you'll see. Come on, get in a fight. So the combat is also incredibly simple. You just you can attack, you can use items, so I've got some bombs here, and you can use skills, and that's pretty much as deep as it goes, honestly. Which, I would prefer a bit more depth, if I'm honest. Because generally you can just do this, right? I'm going to attack them twice and they're going to die. But I can see that is part of the appeal. It's a lot more chill than kind of having to worry about a bunch of mechanics going on. The only mechanic you have to worry about, I'll show you. When you use a skill, you can use like Ether Light, go for that one, and you can call in one of your party members to join in. That's the most complex it gets, from what I've seen, unless I've completely missed something, which is very possible. I'll do this one as well. Well, didn't need to. It died instantly. And this is part of the game as well. You go through these areas, just gathering stuff for your synthesis. Which, again, is super chill. I hate to keep saying I'm being very repetitive. Such is the nature of Unscripted, but, you know, much like Rorona had a deadline, I missed mine for a video for November. So this is gonna suck, basically. But, hey, I have thoughts I want to get out. So yeah, you go gather that stuff, then come here, make stuff, and it's this loop this gameplay loop of finding ingredients, going back, using those ingredients to make something that will get you further in the game. So it's this very simple loop, but that simplicity makes it super engaging. And I think that really is the core of what makes Atelier so appealing. It's just super simple. There's nothing overly difficult to think about apart from your deadline. But even that, in this one, I heard it gets worse in Tutorial, but in this one the deadline is, I barely have to pay attention to it. Like it says turn in items in the food category, I could probably just make them all now. No I can't, I'm lying. I don't have enough stuff. But I can make some cabbage soup. That sounds fucking disgusting, to be honest. I can make some black tea. That sounds better. Don't really like tea, but hey ho. Yeah, you can. So you see this one here, right? There, it has sleep recovery. But if I use glow grass and it's above a certain quality, indicated by the little notch, it gets poison recovery. So there's a lot of. The synthesis does have quite a lot of depth. Way more than the combat. Fuck it, let's just go with that. And I'll show you kind of what happens when you turn your assignments in. So okay, that took me... Oh, I can't actually use that. Oh, got a little cutscene. You can kind of see some of the charm. Ah, it's cold. I am playing with Japanese dub at the minute, but I actually liked the English sub. Well, English language. It was Americans. Rorona just had a really cute accent. I think it was Minnesota or something, maybe Canada. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. You'll sound the same to me over there. You can see Rorona's totally out of her depth, and it just makes her super charming. All the characters kind of have this unique appeal to them as well. Like Cole is this kid who, for some reason, is kind of cocky merchant who comes around every month. And Astrid's great. She's a pervert. She dressed Rorona in that outfit earlier, not me, honest. So you go hallway, and I'll show you how you turn stuff in. So just tick them all. So that took me how many minutes? And, well, I'm a little bit short of the minimum, but that just shows you how easy the deadline stuff is. Yeah, that gives you an idea of the game's appeal. So hopefully it's given you an idea of if that appeal applies to you, if it's something you would like ahead of Atelier Ryza. Sorry this video sucks, but I forgot to actually put effort in this month. Thank you for watching.